You guys don't need to worry about me getting revenge from Diddy. I've got 3 moves that make sure he'll never be able to come after me or my family. First, I personally reached out to the victims' legal teams. The real reason he's not getting out is those buried cases behind the scenes. I provided legal funding for 7 victims who had been silent for years and brought in the top criminal attorneys in the country. Second, I bought up every potential post-release business deal he had lined up. I planned this 2 years in advance, so by the time he got sentenced and still had hope of getting out, every partner had already cut ties with him. Third, I don't just have evidence, I've got backups. This is an entire minefield that's been buried for 20 years. I uncovered every secret from the last 30 years. With testimonies from the victims, we interviewed over a dozen people he tricked, threatened, or violated. You think that's harsh? No, he destroyed other people's lives for decades. I'm just making sure he spends a few extra years in prison for it. I'm not afraid of his people, not afraid of his threats. I know he's still in there fantasizing about a comeback, but the truth is, he's never coming back.
Is this real life? I feel crazy. The world is spinning around me. What's happening? You have 4 eyes. I have 2 fingers.
That opening makes one thing clear right away: this isn't being presented as a simple celebrity disagreement. Instead, it sets up 50 Cent as directly challenging Sean Diddy Combs, while suggesting there may be more going on beneath the surface than people first realized. Once that tone is established, everything that follows starts to feel more serious and more significant.
Turn 16. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know. Come get the front shot of this.
Man.
And then out. Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right,
no,
16.
You're not ready.
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down. Okay.
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go buck full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang out with some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about.
That confusion is important because it shows how these stories are being seen today. People are looking back at old videos, past interviews, and long-standing rumors, then connecting them with new claims. When everything gets viewed together like that, the situation can start to feel very different from how it once did, especially when it involves someone like Sean Diddy Combs.
That's been saying for years, this man is having sex with underage. So now the federal government is looking at that like, yo, when is somebody going to come forward? We got this information, this alleged information, but nobody's willing to come forward. Then they go on and say, yo, Shakur Stewart mysteriously dead. Supposed to be a self-inflicted wound. Person that had everything going for him in their life. Kim Porter dead. Somebody's car gets blown up. this guy is walking around threatening other actors, people. Somebody got to get involved in it. If it ain't the state, let it be the feds. Somebody got to stop him. He lucky that God given him the opportunity to be stopped while he's alive, then have to go to hell and face that shit. He got a chance to repent now, change his life.
You mentioned minors, and a lot of people have been trying to drag Justin Bieber into this situation because there's a lot of suspect looking videos with Diddy and Bieber in it, and they're making a lot of allegations.
This is the moment where everything comes together. The story now connects all three key figures at once. 50 Cent bringing the topic back into the spotlight, Sean Diddy Combs at the center of it all, and Justin Bieber adding weight that makes it harder to overlook. That's what makes this style of narration effective. It keeps the focus clear while smoothly moving the story forward without losing the key names involved.
Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, he could buy you one also while you're out.
He got me a Lamborghini.
That's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Oh, apparently not.
Something I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there, other people, too, with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they're really true. Because if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's going to be crazy, bro. It's going to be real crazy. And they're going to have to bring that to forefront because the prosecutor's going to want those tapes. And they're going to do whatever they have to do legally to get those tapes. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. So we just better hope for his sake.
This is one of those moments people keep revisiting. In the past, it may have seemed like harmless celebrity fun, but now, with Sean Diddy Combs facing more attention and 50 Cent speaking out more, the same clip is being viewed in a new way, and once Justin Bieber becomes part of that discussion, the footage doesn't feel as innocent as it once did.
If he's bigger than Diddy, and he's not none of the names that I said, probably so. But then they say he was young, too?
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young and he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people, man.
Right. Not at all. And somebody that's more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too. Justin Bieber, allegedly. I don't know, bro.
Right. But when you heard the news that Diddy, he had a tape with another man, did that catch you by surprise or no?
Well, all this shit is by surprise to me. A lot of this shit is by surprise to me, to be totally honest, man. Because I knew Puff, I knew Puff Daddy, I knew Diddy before he was Love and Brother Love and back to Diddy. So, no, but the diddler, he's the diddler now. A lot of it's surprising, but it's not unheard of. because you hear of all kinds of shit, and whether it registered with you or you internalize it or something like that, that's a whole nother story. But a lot of this stuff is crazy. But this is the world that we live in now, man. That these individuals thinks is all right. Bruh.
That's the key idea here. The script isn't just raising questions about Sean Diddy Combs. It's also looking at the kind of industry environment around Justin Bieber. It explains why voices like 50 Cent are now being taken more seriously than before. This is where the tone becomes more serious. Not because everything has been proven, but because it shows how the story is being presented built on years of claims, long-standing concerns, and people staying quiet. And that's exactly the angle 50 Cent keeps returning to whenever Diddy's name comes up.
A video of an interview of Justin Bieber, and he was talking about Billie Eilish, and he was like, he was almost in tears. He's like, I just want to protect her, I just want to keep her safe.
Yeah.
What do you think he went through?
Because he knows what's been happening to Billie. Just like everybody knew what was happening to Millie Bobby Brown girl with Drake. These people are monsters.
This is really about old moments being seen in a new way. Sean Diddy Combs is now under more pressure. Past clips of Justin Bieber are being revisited, and 50 Cent keeps tying it all into a bigger conversation. As this spreads online, guesses turn into rumors, and rumors start to feel like facts. That's why this part works best when it shows how Bieber's name became linked to the wider discussion, rather than confirming anything. As the story expands to include Usher, it starts to feel less like random drama and more like a larger pattern, with Diddy still at the center of it all.
Listen, bro. Just doing law enforcement myself, just take for instance. I think the individual was a Syracuse former basketball player named Jason Barnes or Beard or something like that. He already had drug charges against him. The day Diddy house get raided, they catch him getting on a plane and they put him into custody. Didn't that sound a little weird? People didn't catch that. They either put him in custody for a couple of reasons. You understand? One, to make a witness out of him, or to safeguard him and protect him for anything that could happen to him, because they had already stated, allegedly, that he was some kind of mule for the people over there at Diddy's house.
That moment shifts everything. When Justin Bieber sounds more protective than relaxed, it makes people wonder what he may have seen or experienced, and why those past moments with Sean Diddy Combs now feel different. This is where 50 Cent becomes important. Without him, it's just random clips and rumors. With him, the story feels more focused, as he keeps raising the idea that too much was ignored for too long. These are serious claims, and they remain claims, but they still drive the conversation forward. Big names, heavy accusations, and years of old footage keep the attention strong. In the end, it's less about proving one moment and more about why Bieber's name keeps coming up, why Diddy stays at the center, and why 50 Cent keeps pointing back to possible warning signs. What was once overlooked is now being re-examined, and the questions are only getting louder. If you've been following this story, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think these old moments are being seen differently now, or is it all being overanalyzed? And if you want more deep breakdowns like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss what's next.